Well, we made it till here, till the final project, and for this one I'm going to use a bigger paper. As you see, I have already taped it on the surface. I suggest you also take a bigger paper for this one because we are going to use a larger area for the sky. Alright, so here are the supplies we are going to use. The same flat brush 3x8, quill mop brush number 0, a tiny detailing brush, and any round brush. I have taken number 8. Alright, and we will need 2 fine liner markers, 5 and 3 numbers I'm using. Then when we come to colors, we are mostly going to use black and purple. So we'll be making purple by mixing cerulean blue and crimson lake. And now we come to the fireworks, and for that you can use as many colors and any color that you like. I'm using green, red and yellow and blue, the same cerulean blue. You can use any color you like. Alright, here I'm not going to use masking fluid to draw the fireworks. I'm going to use this, a candlestick, and this is going to be the special tool for this project. Now let's begin by taking this big round brush and making some colorful circles on the paper by using wet on dry technique. So here I start with this bright yellow. See, the name of colors will vary as per the brands of color you use, as I always say that, but you can always have the same effect using similar colors. I really like yellow, so I'm going to make more than one circles of yellow, but yes, I'll be using other colors also. So here's a red one. The size of the circles will decide the size of the fireworks. So you can make as big or as small circles you like to. Give a nice coat of color, and then with a clean wet brush, let's mix some blue, and here we go, a blue circle for the fireworks. There. Doesn't matter if it's light. In fact, it's better if it's light because the sky we are going to paint is going to be really dark. So a blue one, and here comes a green one, and then I think I'll paint a couple of yellow again. So now I take a pencil and draw my horizon line, and here I am drawing the Eiffel Tower. You can choose any monument you like to. I'm drawing Eiffel Tower because it's very easy to draw and it's very popular. Everyone knows it, so I'm just choosing that. You can draw any monument you like, and on both sides of Eiffel Tower I'm going to draw some tiny buildings. So nothing to be specific about, just randomly some buildings on this side and some on that side. So here, with the help of this detailing brush, I'm going to paint the buildings yellow. Yes, you heard me right. I am painting the buildings bright yellow at first. Later, this yellow will become the lights coming through the buildings. All right. And down below the buildings and the Eiffel Tower is going to be the water. So there's going to be reflection of lights and the fireworks on water also. All right. All done. Now let's take the special tool of this project, the candlestick, and let's start drawing the fountain like structure on top of all the circles we've made. So it's going to be like fountain, the curves, many curves in all directions originating from one single point. All right, just how the fireworks are in the sky. So we have to do that on top of all the circles we've made. All right, it's very easy. All we have to keep in mind is that the marks should not touch the white paper, because as you might have understood, this wax is going to act as a resistant for the paint we will coat on top of all this. So if we paint the white space, also the color we are going to coat on it will not color that white space also. I just hope I made sense. But now similarly, like the circles, we have to make some random dots on top of all the yellow buildings we've painted, like you see me doing. And once we are all done, we will start painting the sky. So here, take your flat brush and take good amount of black color in it, and with the very juicy brush we are going to again use wet on dry technique and paint on top of all of this. And as you see, those marks emerging from the paper. So what's happening here is all the area where the wax is not there is getting colored and covered by the black, but the areas where we used the wax is not getting colored, and that's how we see those marks in original colors. So this is a technique where we can avoid using masking fluid, and we can easily make desired marks like that. Isn't that fun? So see, it appears like magic. So here we are painting the sky black, and after a point we will start painting it purple. All right, so let's finish this. So now we've finished painting the sky black and purple. Let's take a wet brush, a wet and clean brush, and make the paper below the buildings wet, because this is where we're going to paint water. So we're going to use wet on wet technique here. And I am wetting the paper before painting the buildings, because there's a reason why I'm doing it. So here the top part of the water will be purple, because water has no color. It reflects the color of the sky and its surroundings. So first purple, and down below will be black. So as I told you that there are going to be reflections on water. That is the reason why I'm first painting the water and then I'll paint the buildings. Now let's take the flat brush and black color and start painting the buildings. And as the black paint touches the top of the purple water, the color will start mixing with it, and that's what we want. It will create the reflection of buildings in the water. That's how we want it to be. This is why I first painted the water, so that we get some reflections, natural reflections. So as you see, it's blending. You see the base of the buildings. Now very light-handedly make it more obvious. So just drag the color. Don't take fresh color in your brush. Just whatever is there at the base of the buildings, we are going to just drag it a little bit down to create the reflection, because the reflection is not going to be pure black, it's going to be slightly grayish, right? So here we have the reflections of the buildings, and as you see, the wax marks we made on the buildings are now showing through, and they look like tiny lamps lit up in the buildings. And now here I am making the reflection of the Eiffel Tower. Very light dry brush. I'm using dry brush technique for this to make the reflection. So I've taken the detailing brush and very light amount of water in it. And similarly, I'm dragging some more buildings also, giving them fine shape. So just here and there, some fine tuning. Going back and correcting things, just like that. Now before this completely dries, I let it dry a little bit, but before it completely dried, I am lifting some color with the help of my fine detailing brush, a very thin streak. I'm lifting it, as you see, and here I'm wiping the color that came on my purple. So again, that brush, it was not happening nicely with that brush, so I just changed the brush, and with the point I am lifting the color. You see this? And in these colorless streaks, we'll paint yellow to make it look like the reflection of the lamps lit up in the buildings. Like that. You see this? The colorless streaks we are creating by lifting the pigment with a damp, clean brush. We've already practiced this technique in the practice lesson and in one of the projects. Lifting the pigment. See, this portion is dried a bit more and it's becoming difficult to lift the color in here. So we have to be really quick while we use this technique. I am scrubbing the paper harder in this area when I am lifting the pigment. Now this area is completely dried and I feel the purple is not visible enough, so I'm going to make it a little dark. So I'll take a darker value of purple and I will paint it, keeping in mind not to disturb the reflection I've made. So just being mindful with the quill mop brush, I'm just covering this area with a slightly darker purple. That was quite a tongue twister. Slightly darker purple. Yes, I said it right this time. Sometimes I find these things very difficult to pronounce. So not so much water in the brush and not so much color also. So here we are almost all done. It looks kind of funny. There's a reflection of Eiffel Tower in the water, but there's no Eiffel Tower on top. But never mind, we have to make the Eiffel Tower with the help of markers. So we can do that in the last. Alright, now let's concentrate on water only. So here I am giving the yellow streak to all the colorless streaks we had made by lifting the pigment. And now let's paint the water black. So the down part of the water is going to be black, and I'm taking a lot of color because it already looks very light to me, and I'm going to use a lot of water to make it, because the surface is already dried and it's drying very fast. I don't know why, and so I will have to use a lot of water. So this is an exercise for the times when your paper is drying so fast. So here with the clean damp brush, I'll soften the edges of the water like so. So it will become smooth like this. And then I'll use some more paint like that. I know right now it looks kind of messy, but trust me, it's going to look fine when we remove the tapes. So here comes some more black, and I think now it's fine. The value is fine. Now I'll take some purple, some darker purple, and mix it right at the edge of the black water so that both the colors blend. And now with the help of clean damp brush, again I'll make this edge also smooth. See, like that. And I'm spreading the darker purple upwards. A little bit of black has also blended in, and again I'm going to take some more purple and dab here and there, and then I'm going to take some water again and make these edges smooth. So with the clean damp brush, now you see it looks organic now. See that? That's what I was saying, that it will all become just fine when we are done. All we have to take care of is there are no harsh edges, as I can see there on the sky. I couldn't do anything there because little more scrubbing would have removed the wax and would have ruined the painting, so I didn't do anything over there. But here in water there's no wax, so we don't have to be scared of that. Now I'm taking some yellow, and with the dry brushing technique I am filling the white spaces, making the streaks yellow to make it look like the reflection of lights and the fireworks. If you want, you can make the reflections multicolored as per your fireworks, but I think I am okay with yellow reflections all over. All right. Let's touch up the lights on the buildings here and there. I mean, we can leave them as is also, but if at all you want to make them more proportionate, you can always touch up the buildings with very thick yellow on a detailing brush, and you can touch it and it'll be fine. Now time to make the Eiffel Tower finally, and that part is already dried, so I am going directly in and drawing the Eiffel Tower there because I can see the pencil mark, and I goofed up. My Eiffel Tower is tilted. I know you can't see in this angle, but when I remove my hand you will be able to see that. And I made a big mistake by not using a ruler. So guys, you don't do that until and unless you're a pro of sketching. Don't go in the painting with the permanent marker without using ruler. Use a ruler, because right now what I have done is, see, a bent Eiffel Tower, and the problem is that the shadow is straight. I will fix it and it will not look like an Eiffel Tower anymore. I know that for the fact. It will look like some electric tower. I'm okay with that also, even if it looks like an electric tower. But for you guys, don't do that. Don't do that, alright? Use a ruler. Don't be lazy like me. I'm the queen of laziness and I often goof up like this. So here it comes to an end. Now time to remove the tape because everything is nice and dry. So there goes the first one. And the second one. Go, 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 clean. Sorry about that noise, somebody is riding a bike. And here goes the third one. And here goes the final, and the fourth one. It's stuck. It cannot. Yes. So there you see. See. Not bad, is it? I hope it helped you learning something, and if you did, please share your picture, like the picture of your project, in the project gallery. That would be really happy, and please leave